Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to work on this crazy relay bank. It has all the big ones in it. Game Over Relay, Game Over Relay 2, First Ball Relay, Last Ball Relay, Number 2 Start Relay, Number 1 Start Relay. All coils are M26500. M26500, huh? That's the same as every other. Ooh, there's part of a flipper in here. Those are like the same coil numbers as Williams Bally, but they just have to put a different letter in front of it. Alright, so my biggest concern is getting this off here and cleaning the coils. These are all working really good. These are all working perfect. I will go through and we're going to check all the stacks. But this is what I'm worried about the most, is getting this off, getting those screws off, and checking out the plunger to put a new, what do you call it in it, sleeve. Actually, I'm not going to put a new sleeve in it, but we're going to, what do you call it, we're going to clean the sleeve that's in there. And in order for me to do that, it looks like I'm going to have to unscrew this whole assembly from the board so I can get at these two screws. Yes. Oh no! Alright, let's see if we got a doohickey. This is the right one. Am I going to need a socket? I'm going to need a socket because I can't get down there. I have to get some longer tools like that. Oh, look at that. And then I put everything on top of my toolbox. Where's my toolbox? Right there. I put everything on top of it. So, let's get all this junk. I'll put that on top of it. I'll put my phone over here. Let's do this. And get all my stuff that's on top of it off. And we're going to put it here instead. That's what I use for cutting the coil sleeves. There. Okay, it's not going to be a 1/4 inch. What is that going to be, 11/32? Yep. Oh, and I learned to make sure you lock that all the time. Don't ask me how I learned that. Okay, I knocked it over. There, you happy? Alright, we got 2 screws here with a washer on them. Nuts here with a washer on them. And we got screws in front. I hope they're not going to be in the way. Okay, that's interesting. Got a tiny little washer underneath it. A baby little lock washer. Which is good because I have to get underneath here anyways to clean the board. So why not do this now? There's that little lock washer. Look how tiny that is. Alright, those are off. now. My screwdriver with the ultra long bit on it. Alright, which is good. Yeah, that's so good. So come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Come on, baby, make it hurt so good. Sometimes love don't feel like it should. Can make it hurt so good. There, look at that. Take that. Is that stuck on there? That's stuck on there then. That one's stuck on there too. Alright. Now, we can get to these two screws. You can see one right here and one right here. We can get those to those two real nicely now. And I can get under this whole area here and clean it. And this needs a good de-rusting. So, and that's a brass sleeve. So that will be good still. Before we do that, let's okay, that's the pliers. Let's get a needle nose pliers. Get this cotter pin out. Mr. Cotter Pin. Mr. Cotter. Okay, that's bent like that. Help your nose with a rubber hose. What is that, Vinnie Barbarino? I liked watching that to a point when I was a kid. I think it was too advanced for me. I remember my brother watching it. I wasn't really into it, but I watched it because he watched it. Because you know how that is, your older brother is real cool and stuff, so you try to do what he does because he's older. So that makes you cooler if you do what he does. You know what I mean, Vern? There we go. Come on. Oh, and that's magnetized too. Alright, let's get that there. Now this pin should just push right out. And remember what I always say, take pictures. Take pictures. Pictures must be taken. Wow. What luck. I took that screw off, I flung it, and it landed exactly where I needed to put it. That is some dumb luck right there. Good. Good, good, good. That needs a bad cleaning. We're not going to focus, are we? There we go. Look at that. Yes. Yeah, we'll need a good cleaning to operate smooth, like what? Butter. Parquet. That's got a brass coil sleeve, so that is good. I normally replace all the sleeves, but like I said, those giant ones, if I bought a brand new one, it would give me another new one. So I'm just going to inspect it real quick and see if it's bad or not. If not, I'll buy a new one. But it's probably going to be good. Just because. Let's see. Alright. This is good and clean now. Perfect. Let's look at that sleeve. Oh my goodness. Like new. See? I'm just gonna take my junk one and just go through it. Look at that. Perfect. No need to replace these giant ones because, like I said, if I bought another one, it would be what do you call it? The same thing anyways. It'd be brass or some type of steel. And I'd rather have a brass one. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It's Mark. If you ever look up Mark in the dictionary, it will say see perfect. If you look up perfect in a dictionary, it will say see Mark. That is like that. That will go like that. That will go back like that, like butter. Which is good. I'm glad that wasn't wore. That's one screw. Then as soon as I get this back on, I'm gonna stop the video, put a new battery in, and probably just gonna clean that spot under there and then start the video back up after I got that clean. You don't need to see that, do you? Butter. Parquet. Let's clean this off too. This is a pivot point. I'll make sure that's clean too. I don't know how much longer my battery is going to last anyways. It just moved to the last line. I have a battery, well, a plug-in pack for my other camera, but I don't feel that I need one for this one because this camera I take on and off the stand another time. That one stays mounted to that one, so it's got its hardwired power to it. So that one, it's got a battery in it, but it stays charged all the time because the way it's actually plugged into the wall. But the bad thing about that one is I have to turn it off, otherwise it just stays on. Alright, that's nice and clean again. Alright, and that's a pivot point. So you do with pivot points, they need lube, because that's metal. It's metal. Putting a good healthy hunk of lube on there. Still got a little bit of battery left. Come on, get down there. There we go. Mr. Conopin. If I can see where that goes. There. Right there. Welcome back. You got your cotter pin in now. Welcome back. It's the same old cotter pin you grew up with now. And I really don't need to replace it, because it's not going to be like I'm going to break it. And it's not like suspension. And it's not like suspension. We're like on a car suspension. We're like on a car suspension. If the cotter pin falls out, you might lose your tire. So don't you worry. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh! Wow! Wow! Wow, that is like I sprayed oil in it. It's so smooth. Wow, I didn't think there was that much drag because of that rust, but it is like I threw oil in it, the way it moves so good now. That is impressive, just that little bit of cleaning. Like I said, what do you call it? Come on. Where's my... This will work better. There. And that. Oh, yes. Alright. I'm going to turn the camera off. Put the battery in. I'm probably going to clean this really uber nasty area under there. And then we'll be right back. Alright, I did my best to clean that area. It's not perfect, but it's better. You can see here versus here. It's better, but like I said, it's still not perfect. I want to get somebody was in here, remove screws for the wiring harness, did not put them back. I totally forgot about that. So I want to get some screws for it. Get some screws that can go back in there. Those would probably work. So along there. Yeah, these will work. There, it's under playfield. That's what this is, kind of under the playfield. See what I did there? I hooked it back up because yours truly has forgot that a couple times. And yeah, you can imagine the mess. I mean the mess I had. Alright. I don't know why these were removed. I'm guessing why they were removed. Because I found some solder splash under here. So I'm guessing somebody at one time was working on something and they forgot to put these back on. They are not needed really, but I might as well just put them back. They're probably more needed during assembly than after assembly. Alright, those are back. Alright, thus, I'm going to get in here with a Q-tip. Well, I have this like that. And go in there with a little Novus. Well, I could use Novus. Let's try naphtha. They're dirty. I'm going to try naphtha first. Naphtha and a Q-tip. Here's my tiny screwdriver so I can open and close these easy. This is part of a smooth operation. Is having these clean also. Oh yeah, they're dirty. So if these are clean, the slides on here, everything will work better. Yeah, look at that. Alright, let's flip over to the other side. And get the bottom half of them. We need more Q-tip on these. There's more area to clean on them. A lot more area to clean. Let me get that one back down too. Let me get that other area clean that I didn't clean. Waste the last little bit on these. This area I'm cleaning right now does not need to be cleaned. But again, if I clean it, it will look clean. Even though the area that needs to be clean is clean. You know what I mean? It will just look cleaner. Because the whole thing has now been done. These parts are just like more of a brace for the plastic to reinforce it a little better. So that's a part I'm kind of cleaning off. This is the reinforcement part of the bottom of the stack so they don't break easy. As you can see, it's done its job because this machine is way over 40 years old. And these are still in perfect working condition. I missed that one. How did I do that? Or was that one just really dirty? And I cleaned all these. They were pretty dirty. But now they look clean when they're working. You know what I mean? Oh, look at that. That bottom's dirty too. Now that is never going to get seen. Let me see where that rides on there. I got an idea. I'm going to rub that with my Scotch-Brite so I can feel it's a little gunky. If I can get that clean, these will work even better. Yep, I can feel a difference. This is what resets them. So if this is clean and smooth, it'll reset them even better, and it will help them last longer because there's no grit wearing the bottoms. And so with some of these old machines, you can't get certain parts anymore. So you're just SOL if you break stuff. And this is a preventative right here. What I'm doing. This bar. All smooth again. You can see where it hits the plastic. That is now clean. Oh, what the hell. Let's do that a little bit there too. There. Now where it hits the plastic is perfectly clean. And I see a couple little spots where I can drop just a couple bits of oil on other pivot points for this metal mech. That will help prolong its life a little bit more. You know that's never been lubed. So remember, these games were not designed to last as long as they have. This is what I did, these right in here, where this rolls on there. There. Let me see if I can get over that other side. I'll be in your way, but I need to oil that. Alright. There. That's metal to metal contact. I figure after all these years, I'm surprised they're not wore apart from the constant use of them. Alright, this is all cleaned, so we could probably bolt this back down like that. You think so? I think so. Bolt it back down, and I grabbed the, oh, no wonder why I took those out. Now I remember, I took them out because when I was working on the machine, I needed to find out these. So now I know I took them out because this does not move as freely as it did before. Okay, so that somebody that was working on the machine was me and didn't put stuff back. So yeah, that was me. Interesting, Mark. But yeah, somebody was in there, didn't do what they were supposed to. There. So that's who is responsible. Yours truly. Now remember, I got other pieces too I have to put back in. That's back in. That gets a really cute little lock washer. That one gets a cute little lock washer. These are what I took out of here. So does pivots. Because when you're inside the machine, when you can pivot this thing and work on it a little easier. And that's what I had to do. That's when I found out where I was missing the power. So it wasn't somebody else that was in there, it was yours truly that was in there. And of course I put that back and it's in my way. Hope this thing hasn't been getting all auto focused on you guys. And then this one goes over here, like this, like that, and this, and I have no idea what this mech is called. I just know it's a bank, okay, bank relay. A full set bank relay. That's what it is. Okay, we got that figured out. Alright, we got that put back together. We got the new sleeve, we got that all cleaned up beautifully. Let's screw the lid back on this so Mark doesn't knock it over. And we're going to go through on these contacts. And for me to do that, I'll get my little screwdriver. So I have to push this back in to get them to open and close. And these are all working properly. As I just do that to all of them. Okay, I pushed that one in the wrong spot. Alright, now I need to make sure all these are working properly, and you're kind of in my way. Hey, I think I love you. Yep. Now these are going to be really fun to clean. So I really don't want to take them out. This one, I bent some of these on accident. What did I do? I took the Lucky Ace playfield and I tried to set it in a casino machine to get it out of my way. And when I did that, I bent up some of these top contacts pretty good. And I thought I got them all straightened out, except for this one. And I actually folded some really nice. going straight, but it needs to go down just a little bit now. I think I love you. Okay. Now one of these stacks, I think it was this stack, I believe it was that one, or was this one? I think it was this one. Yes, I could see the burn. Right there, you can see. See the stack here? How it's totally colored, like it got superheated? That's the one that bent and it wouldn't let the game start. That's the one that did it. So that's the game over relay. That one was bent so much it wasn't even contacting. So I think when that coil started on fire, I think this whole thing heated up so much and it just like curled. I don't know. I wasn't there when it happened, but this is the one I had to bend to get everything to work properly again. And everything is working, opening and closing as it should. And we'll adjust that one just a little bit down. And these, you don't want too much pressure on each one of these switches. The reason why, the more pressure you put on these switches, the more tension this whole arm has on it, and it will keep them from adjusting correctly. So if you bend these way too much, you're going to have a harder time getting them to adjust and seat correctly, because you can totally whack them all out. See, like right here, there's another casualty of my bending when I put the playfield in. So yes, people, if you have a lucky ace, Williams lucky ace in a casino, you cannot put the casino playfield in your lucky ace temporarily. I can't figure out why I was trying to do that. Okay, yeah. But I got them all cleaned out. Now these will clean the exact same way as like a score motor. These, you will unscrew them and then they will slide out. I don't want to do these, but you don't want to do them either, but it's something we have to do. This top one is bent over. So this is my first time doing one, and we know it's going to be your first time doing one too. So we're both going to have fun at this at the same time. Or at least these have no witness. This is kind of like a score motor in a way, but it doesn't. Oh, and then, yeah, that was not fun either. So the plate on the bottom will come off that holds the screws. Alright, these we want to keep together. There we go. Hey, I think I love you. Now these we're going to have to all do one by one. I need a longer one. I'm just going to do one stack from you because I'm probably going to be dropping bombs in my head going about this task. So this is just one of those designs where you're like, man, it works, but it's a pain to clean. Alright. Now I could do this too. What did I just... now I just broke a wire off. I'm glad it happened now, because it probably would have broke off in a month or two. So I'm just pushing them with my finger, each one of these giant stacks. I'm going to have to tighten one of these down. It's just going to make it easier for me. But I'm going to have to take this apart and put that back on there. So yes, I am glad that this broke off now, which is good, because this would have probably broke off on the way to the customer's house. I'm just pushing it with my finger to make them tight, so I can clean each contact. There we go. Okay, we got all this clean. Right? Yes. They're all clean now. Put that over there out of my way. Now we're going to back you up, because I need to get in the way to fix this. So what I'm going to do... Alright. I got a trick for this. I'm going to show you. My thing unplugged. My vacuum's unplugged. I'm plugging in my soldering iron. I'm turning it on. Okay, we're on. I have to stop this and start it back up. Alright, what I'm going to do, this leaf switch just broke right off on the end. I'm going to take a junk leaf switch I have, solder it onto here to make this longer. Make this longer, just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to stick it back inside there and solder it to the other leaf switch. That's a trick you can do if you don't have any leaf switches. I do have extra ones, but I'm going to show you this method to put them together. I have full replacement switches, but this is always a nicer thing to do if you don't have any. Okay, that's too thick. You need a thin one. That's the same one, literally. Let me I gotta dump these out on something. So you can watch what I'm doing. Alright. I save all my leaf switches. They're bad, they're good. I'm looking for a thin one. And here we go. A thin, burnt one. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut part of the end off here. Where's my side cutters? Here we go. cutting that much off. Oh, I forgot these are like titanium or something, the way they don't want to cut real good. Alright, that is another donor piece. I'll leave those there, I'll put them back together later. Alright, we got that like that. What I'm going to do to fix this, I'm going to take this and solder it on there, right? And then this piece is going to get sandwiched in there and then soldered down to the other. But actually, this I have enough. Now that I look at it, there's enough on there to fix it. So let's use the original piece then. This is going to be fun too. But this is good though. This is really good because you're going to see how you can fix something like this an easy way. We're just going to take that completely off that stack. Okay. And it might be glued together. There we go. Here we go. I have heard of other people splitting it like this and just sticking this wire in there and then tightening it down like that. I've seen people do that. Well, I haven't seen them do that. I've heard people say, oh, that's just how I fix them, you know. I guess it works, but if you're going to do all that, why don't you just take it apart just a little bit more and just solder it back on. Just make it permanent, you know. There we go. There's a broken leaf. So now I can just take this end and solder right to the end there, and it will be just as good as new. But I do need to clean it off. Like I said, I have new leaves, but you might not have them. So I'm showing you how to fix this. It's going to be permanent. It's going to be a permanent repair that will be perfect. Alright. Put a little flux on this. Just to get that to stick a little bit better. Did I lose anything? No. Good. This is the harder part. I have it stuck on there, but I got it stuck in the way of the hole a little bit, what I don't want. There. Now there's nothing wrong with this repair, except I need to flatten it out a little bit more. This is a perfect repair when you're in a pinch and you don't have a switch, another leaf. What I'm doing is I'm just heating it up so I can get it flat. And I heated it up and it didn't stick. It helps when you're not on camera. You have 3 hands. That's when it helps more, when you got 3 hands. Okay. We can do that too. I don't like that. That adds that extra weight to it. I could just put the new leaf in there, but I want to kind of show you how to do this when you don't have the leaf and you just need to fix it. You know what I mean? Okay. We got the tab back on. Now we got the tab back on. Alright. Now we're going to put the switch stack back together because we have the tab on. And this, when I put it back together, is going to hold it back in so when I solder it I don't melt it back off. You know what I mean, Vern? I think I love you. I was listening to Partridge Family the other day, and that song came on. I think I love you. And I just smashed that piece. Did I? Yeah. Because it's got a little hang on there. 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 Okay. There. I don't know why this wants to be so hard putting it back together. Alright. That's back together now. We got our wire back in there. That goes like that. That goes like that. Alright, now let's get this back in there. This is the fun part, because the top piece has to roll in all your other stacks and got to go in each slot without bending them. Alright. Now we're going to verify the operation. Each one works as intended. Alright, on my screwdriver. So now after I'm done with this, I'm gonna take that leaf out and put another new one back in. But I wanted to show you guys how you can quickly replace it. I could have soldered another piece on there, or did what I just did where I put the piece back in there. Now we got everything working as intended. Everything's opening, everything's closing. Alright, now that wire, we will poke it back through the hole. Let's do this. Poke it back right there. Let's get it back a little further. Poke it back through the hole. And then we'll solder that back down onto the tab. And that would go over like that. And there we go. That's how you would fix a leaf if you broke it like I did and you didn't have a leaf to repair it with correctly. So this is the kind of backwards way to repair it, but as you can see, it's going to do the job. Okay, this wire hook's onto here, and I just got to hold it on, and that's it. That's where it goes. This wire, give them tight so you guys can see it. But yeah, that's a dirty way of repairing it. Yes, it works. It isn't the cleanest way. You should just put a new leaf on there. And then if I put it to, what do you call it? Now if I go from here to the switch, the leaf above it. Wait, no, we're not connected anymore. There. Now I'm on the leaf that's above it, because we're making the contact, the top leaf. get both of them on there. So yeah, it's doing its job what it's supposed to. But yeah, that's a quick, dirty way to do it. But like I said, at PBR, you can get brand new leaves. I have a whole assortment of them. You cut them to your length with fish paper, and then you can buy your contacts. You sell contacts in these. They're kind of like a little rivet almost. They got little studs on them that go into the holes on the leaves, and you can mash them onto it, or you can solder them down. I've been doing a little mash on them, and then add a little bit of solder, and you're good. They're never going to come off. So I'll do that later, because I want to get through this whole board today. So when I get back to that, when I do clean all the other ones, I'll put a new leaf on it. And then that'd be about it. That's how we go through and clean these, adjust them, and if you have a one break off like I did, that's how you can fix it in a pinch if you do not have a brand new leaf. And this will work forever. It's not gonna be bad because it's soldered right to the metal, and it's also mashed in there a little bit, and it's that the wire is soldered to it, so you got solder to metal, and that's it. But yeah, that's a quick way to repair one. Oh, I need to loosen that up and tighten that up again. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. But like I said, I'll take a brand new leaf and put it on there and then fix it correctly. But yeah, that's it. So I hope I don't forget. I should have just do it right now. But yeah, I hope I don't forget. But anyways, yeah, that's it. That's a ground right there. Just want to make sure that was tight. So that's how you do the relay banks. These relays, you shouldn't have to clean them because they're just electric hits them and then they turn into a magnet. But you've seen how we cleaned all these pieces. So they go up and down really good. So it resets them. They stay. They're all engaging as they should be. And that's about it. So I got one more stepper to rebuild and show some relay cleaning. And then I'm done with this board for today, because it made me bored. So yeah, that was a long, tedious, what the heck mark, repair. But I really wanted to show you how you can use your broken parts and fix them again. Like I've had pop bumpers where I'm trying to save the customer money because he had spent so much on it and he wanted his game back really quick. And I told him, I said, listen, I said, you need a new switch. I didn't have these leaves at the time. I'm like, I got to order it and it's going to be X amount of money. I said, or I can take a broken leaf and then cut it off and then solder it onto there and it will do the same thing. I said, I'll do that for free. You know, I'm not going to charge you because it's just a repair. It's not a what do you call it? It's not putting a whole new leaf in it. And it's been in this machine for 2 years now and it hasn't broke. The only reason why I saw that because I have bought machines and I have repaired machines that have had that on there. And I had asked one person, I said, do you want me to repair that? And they're like, no. That's been like that for years and it's not breaking. So I'm like, well, okay. So I left it. But yeah, you can do that. Or you can do this. But do not just open that up, stick the wire in there, and tighten it back down. It needs to be soldered back to the leaf. You have to at least solder it back to the leaf, and it's golden. So this repair can stay like this forever, or I can put a new leaf on it, and I'll put a new leaf on it later. But yeah, that's it. That's how you do these, and then you gotta undo this one, and do this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. That's another reason why when you do EM repair, go and check all the wires. Make sure you're not knocking any off. And I am so glad that came off now, because that would have been some weird intermittent error when it eventually broke off, and it would have been a full error. So I'm glad that broke now. and I'm glad it broke on YouTube with you, so you can see exactly how to do a quick temporary repair on a fix like that. But yes, you need to solder it. Do not open that up, stick it back in there and tighten it down. You need to open it up, take it apart, solder it back on, and then put it back in there. But yeah, that's about it. Anyways, check the description down there. If you shop Amazon, please check out my link. Use that. I don't know what you buy. I don't care what you buy. I just make a small little commission off of it. It helps with the channels, cameras, everything. I'm streaming now on TV, MGC on Twitch, and I just bought a ton of equipment out of my pocket, and this just helps me keep this hobby up and keep your hobby up by helping you fix your machines. So anyways, I appreciate all you guys, and subscribe, please. Subscribe. 68% of my viewers are not subscribers, 32% are, but I get so many hits off my videos. Anyways, thanks again. Later.